Yes. Welcome to the Sports Corner. So, if you are new here, let me explain. If you are reoccurring, welcome back. So, our Sports Corner, because Shayla and I, as we said, too much, we love too many things, and we have opinions about so many things because we're complex individuals. And one of the things that her and I have a vast interest in is sports, and that ranges from NBA, NFL, WNBA. Shayla like tennis, this,
I
that,
like whatever
and the third.
ESPN got on.
Girl,
That's my new
she
favorite
will
sport.
watch it. She was watching. What were you watching the other day? I forget. I think she was watching ping pong tournaments or something like that.
Yeah.
She just be watching anything.
Not ping pong. It's like the new thing. It's not tennis.
Racquetball. No.
No.
I know what you're saying. It starts with a P, I think.
Pickleball.
I see that, yes. So, our Sports Corner, we're going to talk about some of the trending topics happening in sports. Sometimes it doesn't even have anything to do with the sport, but it's an athlete in that sport, so it's in our Sports Corner.
Yep. So, on that note, the men over in the sports department are not doing well. Okay. Men across the whole thing, like from
the stratosphere.
Yes. The men journalists, the men face people, the men coaches, everything is just not okay. So this week, let's start with number one. ESPN cut ties with Shannon Sharpe after he settled a rape accusation lawsuit a few weeks ago. If you don't know who Shannon Sharpe is, he was like a Hall of Famer football player, right? I don't know if he's Hall of Famer, but he played football.
I believe he is.
And so, he was working at ESPN after leaving Fox after a whole like racist debacle happened over there. He came over to ESPN and he was like a talk head, essentially a correspondent. He would always give his takes. And then when the lawsuit came out alleging like that his ex alleged that he raped her, ESPN kind of said like, we gotta like lay low for a bit.
Right.
And so time passed. Shannon Sharpe settled the case. Essentially, he gave her, I believe, like $500 million or whatever. And now ESPN is like, yeah, and you're not coming back. And then another thing that happened this week, NBA veteran Marcus Morris Sr., again, somebody that played in the NBA. He's already retired. He was also at ESPN. Sometimes he comes in as like a little correspondent, give his little 2 cents. Mm-hmm. He was arrested in Florida on a felony fraud charge connected to unpaid casino debts in Las Vegas. Authorities in Nevada allege he wrote approximately $260,000 in bad checks to the MGM Grand and Wynn Las Vegas hotels in May and June of 2024. So essentially, like, he wrote checks that I don't know if he knew they was gonna bounce back or whatever.
He thought he was slick.
Right. And they said, well, actually, Buki, we need our funds immediately. Another former NBA player, his full name is Gilbert Arenas. He was arrested on July 30th, and he is facing federal charges for allegedly operating a high-stakes illegal gambling ring out of his mansion in Los Angeles. He was arraigned in federal court, and he was granted release on a $50,000 bond, and he pled not guilty to the charges, and he's scheduled to go back in court September the 23rd. I'm just like, here's people that have money.
Yeah.
It's like,
but they're not smart with it. And like my whole thing is like it gets to a point where you like realize like rich people don't know how to be rich, because make your money, relax, invest, do what you got to do. You already understand that you're on a public platform, so you got to be more wary when you do these stupid things. And it's just like, at what point do you realize like, yo, I got all this money, I should move more carefully?
And also, it's just like, that's why sometimes money can be a dangerous thing.
That's very true.
Because you could have all this money, and then it's like, well, now I want more, and now I want more, and now I want more. These NBA players, former athletes, they get paid money, honey. And keep in mind, the players that we're talking about, we're not talking about a bench player. We was talking about, baby, they in the starting, whether that's NFL or NBA, you starting. And I know you are making money. So it's like, when it comes to the Shannon Sharpe, the rape allegations, there are people that would willingly, you know what I mean? Like, have an affair with you simply because you got money and you gonna buy them whatever they want.
Exactly.
Why?
Exactly.
Why? Then you have these people that make money, don't know how to manage their money, and they out here trying to do all these things and bet money. Like, you're about to lose. There's been other NBA players that, again, like, they have these schemes of, like, betting. You know that's not, the NBA not gonna play around with that.
Yeah.
Then you get got, and now you out the NBA, and now you
suspended and you're broke.
For what?
And then you're gonna come out with a documentary later on in life, talk about I was stupid, I was dumb. Like, why nowhere in the point? And like, that's another thing. I feel like it's very important who you have around you as well, because like, he was like, to the player that I forget what his name is, that was like doing all these bets and stuff like that. Like, it would have went unnoticed, but then like, you got people who know you, like, you're a barber, you're this, you're that, who are all making these bets on you and like making all this money. And it's just like, mind you coming off the bench, you only average 2 points, but in this game you got 10 rebounds. What you doing?
Yeah, it's just scary. Don't let money get into your head, because it's very, very spooky. Of course, Shannon Sharpe is definitely gonna be fine. He already has his like,
podcast. He's settled already.
Yeah. But the men are not doing okay in the sports industry. But we did get some good news. There's one good news, one male.
So, as we've talked about in the past, Deion Sanders. So, he announced a major health update this week. But all eyes were on the person next to him. Okay, Karrueche Tran. Yes, I'm talking about Karrueche. Yes, Chris Brown and Karrueche. Like, what's the game in Karrueche? Like, Karrueche. Yes. So, a quick summary. Colorado Buffaloes coach and NFL Hall of Famer Deion Coach Prime Sanders revealed on July 28th that earlier in the year he was diagnosed with an aggressive form of bladder cancer. Doctors found a malignant tumor during the routine CT scan tied to his history of vascular issues and blood clots. He underwent surgery in early May to remove his bladder, and surgeons reconstructed a new bladder using a segment of a small intestine.
Child, real intricate, I didn't even know that you could do that,
right? So, according to his medical team, the procedure was successful and he is now considered cancer-free. But in this video that everybody was seeing, it's like, you just see Deion Sanders come out of nowhere. And will not come out of nowhere. No. Deion Sanders was like, whatever, like,
no, you see Karrueche.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Oh. So, in this little video, like, you see Deion Sanders talking, you see the family talking, I don't know, you see Karrueche in the corner crying. We like
sobbing.
So yeah, we are here to fully remove the bladder.
Texting the boys.
I'm like, and like, to me, I think what it is, because a lot of people were like, had the same reaction as me. I'm like, it's just very random. Like, how did y'all?
They never be around the same circles. I never hear Karrueche talking about no sports, no nothing, like nothing.
But again, it's like, we don't know these celebrities, so we don't know what her interests and stuff are. But it's just very random, because like, even another one that was very random to me, Meg Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson, very random. And it's just like,
But she been like dating NBA players, so like the same way with Kendall Jenner, like I would like, okay, that's her type.
Yeah, like I get it, but it's just like the way the personalities are.
Klay's very slow paced from what we see.
Yeah, like no, he's just very chill. Like he's very much about his boat and his dead dog. Like
that dog.
Yeah, the dog Roscoe. I think that's the name of the dog. It died.
But opposites attract. They say.
Yes, but it's like, I would have never like if you paid me today as a matchmaker and asked me who would I put with Karrueche, Deion Sanders, Megan Thee Stallion, and Klay Thompson, I would have never paired any of them together. But again, I don't know them personally, so their personality traits could fit. It was just very random.
Also, there's like a 20-year-old gap. It's very important.
Where we're talking about Deion Sanders and Karrueche.
Yes.
That 20-year gap. But also in my head, I was thinking, I'm like, she has had a lot of failed relationships, like in terms of like Chris Brown, the game, and like all these different people.
Right.
So it's just like,
she wants something just stable.
If this ain't working for you, might as well I'm gonna try anything at this point.
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like, again, it was just so left field. I feel like no one was expecting
and
that.
it's like, I feel like the conversation shifted because everybody's like, we talking about Deion Sanders, cancer free, everything, but everybody's like, now I know we ain't just see Karrueche.
It really gave that we were like, oh, we're so happy for you. Why is she here?
Is that like, and that, like the thing is, none of them have issued a statement or anything. Again, they don't have to because that's their business. But it's like, so we just not going to address the elephant. It's not even the elephant. Like,
well, we are happy that he is now cancer free.
Yes,
and it was just so crazy not expecting that. But
listen.
Do whatever works for you.
Do what works best for you. Shoot, me and Shayla, 20-somethings.
Maybe we gotta go find ourselves I'm 20, 30, a 40, a 50. I can't. I'm so
sorry. I wouldn't mind that. I like
50-year-old right now is OD.
We don't need to talk about my past then.
Okay,
so anyway.
Now let's talk about the WNBA. During our hiatus, the All-Star game happened.
Yes, I loved watching the stud buds. Like, them like going live and everything like that. Obviously, I didn't download Twitch or anything like that. But like seeing all these different clips on TikTok, them like at the dance party. And like when they were the only ones dancing to everybody, I'm like, that would be me though.
I thought it was so funny when they literally went up to Diplo. And they didn't know it was him. And they were like, can you switch the music? Because that's so real. And I wouldn't know
that would be me too. I couldn't even tell you what Diplo looked like.
And she, Courtney is so funny because she had talked to Rakia, who's also like, you know, she plays for the LA Sparks. Yeah. And so she was like, the key to going up to the DJ is you got to grab a fine woman to go up to the DJ and tell them to switch. I'm like, girl, it was just so funny. And I think it brought personality to the league. I think sometimes people want to be so polished up and people just want like real life.
But that's the same thing we talked about like when with the NBA, like when we talk about like Anthony Edwards, like players like that who are just like, they're unrefined, like they don't have any like PR training.
Right.
And it's just like, to me, I feel like if you look at me and Shayla's more PR trained than me. I got a little bit in me, but it really depends on the day because the right day, man, I'm not doing that.
If she wakes up on the right side of the bed.
Okay.
But we love the stud buds. They've been getting a little bit of controversy because of, you know, that Dave Portnoy, who's like, I think the president of Barstool, or like he's a higher up at Barstool. He created it. And like he shouted them out. And, you know, he's known for singing and doing not very nice things. Exactly. But we are running out of time, sis, so we got to just speed it up. Tell us in the comments if you know about the stud buds.
Yes.
Another thing I want to talk about is the New York Liberty. They've been dealing with a lot of injuries, which has been unfortunate. Stewie had she suffered some sort of some sprain on a bone, child. But we signed a new player. She was like the MVP in the EuroLeague. And people were kind of saying like, y'all are doing way too much. Y'all don't need all these players. But look, half of our players are injured. So now we do need her, sis. So good luck to my Liberty. Another funny thing that happened is during a recent game, someone threw a green dildo on the court. Neon green,
girl.
I'm just like, imagine this was the first time that someone was watching the WNBA game and then they just end up seeing a green dildo.
But my thing is, like, when Shayla told me this on the phone, I was like, wait, like, and you know, I find a lot of things funny, but to me, like, I didn't really find it funny because I'm like, you trying to be funny, you know?
You're doing too
it's
much.
Like you're doing this like to be funny. And especially what stadium was this at?
It was in Atlanta Dream.
Arena. Yeah, at the arena. So it's just like, my whole thing is, I'm like, I remember us going to see the Liberty at Barclays. I can't even bring a sip of water left. How's someone sliding a dildo?
I'm sure that it's not metal.
Where are you hot? Like, that is a big...
Imagine like opening up your purse. I mean, everybody's arena, they got to go through different security checks and stuff. But it was just like, what was the reason?
I feel like we're not asking enough questions. Where were you hiding? That thing was huge.
They were trying to be funny. And also imagine being the announcer on that.
Great.
Like, they dealt with the situation very good accordingly. If Rebecca was on the mic, I don't know what would have happened. Other thing I want to say before we wrap up is the league as a whole is trying to renegotiate like a new CBA deal. CBA means collective bargaining agreement. And essentially it's just like regular unions that people have for their jobs. The CBA is kind of like their group for that. So they really want to emphasize like the WNBA is growing, but the players also need to reap the benefits of that. Like, y'all are cashing in, keeping up all this money, and we're the players out there that are working hard. So
exactly. I mean, you saw that during like the All-Star games. Like, they wore the shirts that say like pay us what we're owed, basically. And it's like, one thing I will say, like, especially with going back to the stud bud conversation, like, I saw a lot of people saying, like, oh, like, the stud bud put me on, like, to more interested to look at, like, the WNBA and stuff like that. And I'm just like, as the attention grows and everything like that, you need to be also able to move with the time. I don't think it was ever unfair for women to be playing this sport that they say that they love and not being paid fairly, because I feel like everybody should get paid fairly, regardless of how you feel about the WNBA and the NBA. Imagine at your job not getting paid what you feel like you are owed, and you go there every day saying that you're doing that for your check, but your check barely reflects that. Yeah. Like, that's unfair.
And just for a comparison, WNBA players receive 9.3% of league revenue compared to the NBA, where the players receive nearly 50%. So the current agreement they have, the WNBA players receive less than 10%. Yeah. Meanwhile, the NBA players get around 50%. Like, there's so much discrepancies. And of course, like, yes, the league wasn't making as much money as it now is, right? Because there is more eyes and all the things that have changed. And it's just like, maybe you got to change with the times. Okay, yeah, I ain't have money before, but I know you do now.
Right, so, and you making all these changes. They finally get in locker rooms. They actually get in training facilities, everything like that. Why can't they get paid what they owed? Like, what you thought this was? I don't see you on the court.
Yeah, and the locker room thing, that's, like, specific to the owners and what they're, you know what I mean? But, like, Kathy know what it is. The same way she was out there dancing in the little stub bud thing. Sweetie, get it together, because... Yeah. At the end of the day, the players have said, like, we are going to do whatever it takes until we get what we deserve. So,
as they should. Speak up.
Exactly.